Hey, if things are falling apart in your life, here's why. I'm gonna break it down for you guys. Like many of you guys might be going through a season where, I don't know. You see this tree over here? Like you see that tree? Like imagine that tree doesn't have any vegetation on it. There's no leaves. It's just a bare tree. Imagine it's just the trunk of the tree. Well, if your life feels like it would look like this pole right here. No leaves on it, no vegetation. So for many of you guys, you feel like you're standing like a bare tree. There's no support, that your life is just stripped down to the root, to just the trunk. And I'm here in this video to tell you why that's happening in your life so that you can get through it. So you can get through this season that you're having of maybe loneliness, isolation, where it feels like everything is working against you, like your people are turning on you, you're finding yourself outgrowing relationships, you're finding yourself getting frustrated at certain individuals, you're finding yourself in this state where you're just like this pole, plain, bare, by yourself. For those of you guys that are new to the channel, make sure you hit like and subscribe to the show here on YouTube. I put out videos Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I do these vlog styles. I'm Jeremiah Sullivan, former Army Ranger, and I was a small town kid. I grew up in a town of a population of like 300, and I never thought that I could even really leave that town that I grew up in, but I did. I joined the military. I changed myself. I had a huge transformation. I went from a private in the military to commander in the military. Along the way, I became an Army Ranger, and then I ran 100 miles in the Rockies, and I decided it was time for me to leave the military after I had accomplished everything I set out and go on to this next chapter of my life and teach people the leadership principles that I picked up, the mindset that I picked up to help them become their best selves and collapse the timeline to their goals. So that's what I do today. And I help people with all sorts of things. I help them grow their business, like double their revenue, make more money in a month than they have in a year. I've helped them get to single digit body fat. I've helped them change their entire lifestyle, go from living in a really cold area to a warm area and uproot their whole life and rebuild it with a team that they love. So anyways, we're gonna dive into the video today about weathering the storm that you guys are going through during these growing pains, okay, and why your life is falling apart. All right, so if your life is falling apart, you got to watch this. All right, when you start going after what you really want in life, I was explaining this to my coaching clients the other day on one of our coaching calls. I was explaining to them how most people's lives are built up on lies. They're living fake lives. Like they pick jobs that somebody else told them they should get. They dress clothes that they think other people think that they should wear. They behave like the person that they think other people expect them to behave like. They don't go after their deepest desires. They don't say their deepest insecurities. They don't say and talk about the things that they crave the most. They don't build a life that they really truly want. They build one that they think is acceptable to live by. So when you decide to settle in life, you actually become really, really miserable. That happened to me at 18 years old. I found myself hating my life. I was going to a community college after just quitting on myself. And I found myself in Iraq, and I reflected on how much I had settled for a life that I thought made sense. I settled for a life that I thought other people would respect. I settled for a job in the military that I thought was realistic. Until I went to Iraq, I never really started going after what was inside of my heart. And I realized when I made the switch, man, I decided to go after becoming an operator, becoming a ranger. And then even when I decided to get out of the military, go from full-time to entrepreneurship, that was another leap of faith. That was another big change for me. Now, every step of your life, when you make these big jumps, you guys are going to experience massive growing pains, man. You're going to be like that tree, and you're going to grow and grow and grow. And then you're going to get to a level and you're going to have this life built, which is a lot like those leaves. And then you're going to decide that you want to take your life further, and all those leaves are going to fall off. That happens because when you build your life initially, it's a fake life. It's off of your thinking and acting and building a life that others want for you. And then when you make the decision to build a life that you want, you don't want to be that tree anymore. You want to be a different motherfucking tree. Well, what ends up happening is you start thinking and building a different life. This happens usually subconsciously. You start getting clear about what you want and who you are in life. You start getting clear about where you want to live. You start getting clear about who you want to be. And little by little, you start taking small little actions that put you on course to that destination. You change the GPS in your life. You say, I'm not going here, I'm going here. And when you make that shift, you start thinking, you start speaking, you start feeling, and you start doing differently. And through that action, through that repetition of thinking, speaking, feeling, and acting, your life starts moving in a different direction. And then as you keep doing and keep doing and keep doing and keep doing, every step that you take, your life completely falls the fuck apart around you, because you're moving in a direction away from the life that you built. So if your life is completely, if you feel empty right now, understand that you're building and becoming a different tree. You've shedded all that old, it's like a snake that's like shedding its skin. That's what's happening to you in your life. So you're being reborn. Now that's going to be a painful damn experience, man. So as you guys rebuild this new life, the longer you try to hold on to the previous life, the harder it's going to hurt, the more it's going to hurt. The best thing that you can do is just make sure that you plant yourself in a good environment. Make sure you plant yourself around people that support this new version of you. Okay? Get yourself a nice team built of supportive people that support your values, your goals, your new identity, and just start getting familiar with them across time. And along the way, you got to have faith. Okay? Faith is the last ingredient to make sure that you stay the course when everything's falling apart. Faith is going to be the fuel that pushes you through all the adversity. You have to have a mission. If you aren't clear about your mission, why you're going to grow, why you're going to pick a different direction, why you're going to let all this, your life completely crumble around you, you're not going to be able to see it through. You're going to get halfway on this new path and then go right back to where you came from and try to rebuild the old life that you just broke down. So you got to be mission focused. You got to, man, that fucked me up. I don't know if you guys heard that. Ugh. So real talk, that sometimes I flinch when shit like that happens, from all the deployments and shit. But bringing this back together, I just had a flash of being in Iraq. Crazy, man. I don't even really have like crazy flashbacks and shit, but that, I was just being honest with you guys, that did it to me just now. Ugh. All right, so closing this out is that, what did I say? You guys need to focus on staying clear on your thoughts that put you in the direction that you want to go. Think about the things that you want, speak about the things that you want, feel the way that you want to feel, and take action towards the life that you want to actually build and the person that you want to be, and then have faith, have a mission tied to all of that. And through having purpose, through being intentional about your thoughts, your words, your feelings, and your actions and your faith, not only will you be able to persevere through those growing pains that you're going to go through, but you'll thrive. You'll absolutely dominate, and it won't matter. You won't be alone for long, and you'll grow into something way better than the previous quote-unquote tree that you were before. A little bit cheesy of a video when it comes to the tree and building yourself, but hey, I'm speaking from experience. I went through a lot of transformation in my life. I just want you guys to know what's ahead for you in 2025. Don't be afraid to strip yourself down. Be your truly authentic self and keep fucking growing. Conquer all.